on this edition of SU TV News, the coldest temperatures of the year hits Fargo, a bright outlook for NDSU nursing students,
and in sports, the Bison women battle in two tough contests.
This is SU TV News, and it starts now.
Good evening, I'm Kayla Reamer.
And I'm Nicole Johnson. A Londoner once said, "There is no such thing as bad weather, only different kinds of good weather." It's safe to say that he's never been to Fargo during the winter.
Weather this season has taken a dive as we've seen some of the coldest temperatures in the nation, especially the past few days. Beating out Bradford, Pennsylvania for the title of America's toughest weather city, Fargo, North Dakota took the crown thanks to its location in Blizzard Alley. With winds reaching 30 miles per hour Wednesday and temperatures below zero, the wind chill factor was in the minus 30s most of the day. Even though this usually happens a few days each winter, these days make it almost intolerable to be outside.
I tolerate the cold. I guess I like winter, but it's a little colder than I like, and I just bundle up.
I am not a fan of the weather. It's really cold out and windy and horrible. I'm staying warm by trying to stay inside or under the heater here.
The face, head, and upper body are the most sensitive to temperature changes, so make sure to keep those covered. Investing in a nice hat, sturdy coat, and warm scarf may just be the key to surviving this chilly season.
A legal battle dating more than 30 years back is to blame for North Dakota State University officials' recent decision to freeze a $1.2 million federal grant for a new sex education program. Funding was frozen due to restrictions in North Dakota laws. Chancellor Ahmed Shervani assured decision was not due to political push or pull. NDSU's President Bershani said in a statement, "In a perfect world, we would have caught this before NDSU ever notified the principal investigators that the grant had been awarded." Bershani felt it would be better to be safe than sorry, as two separate sections of the North Dakota Century Code challenge the use of federal funding for family planning.
Recent school shootings like the tragic event at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut have brought gun and safety awareness to campus. San Diego State University held an interactive seminar where a simulated gunman stalked a dozen participants in a dormitory. Those involved practiced barricading doors, hiding, escaping, and confronting the gunman. NDSU holds similar events because police officers are concerned for the students' safety.
My biggest fear would be some kind of a domestic situation. If you talk about shootings, I think it's infinitely more likely that we would have kind of maybe a boyfriend-girlfriend.
NDSU also has a campus emergency notification system. Students are encouraged to enroll or keep their information up to date to be notified for such emergencies.
Finding a job can be tough, and it can be even harder when you don't have good job finding skills. Over the past few years, job searching has drastically changed. The Fargo Public Library has taken notice to the changing job market and hopes to reach out through access to helpful materials. They are hosting job seeker labs that are offered on the fourth Tuesday each month to teach people how to look for a job. The 3-hour-long sessions feature a career counselor and a skills test. Attendees will work on resumes, search for jobs, and complete job applications.
The challenge can be when people are looking too globally for jobs. Like sometimes people are putting like hundreds of resumes out there when I read somewhere that 95% of the things we do to look for a job don't actually get you the job.
This is the first of 4 job seeker labs at the Fargo Public Library. The sessions begin at 5 and end at 8 p.m. The events are free of charge and registration is not required.
Farmers across the nation now have a new tool at their disposal to help plan their fuel budgets and usage. John Nowatzki of the Agricultural and Biosystems Engineering Department at NDSU developed the app with the NDSU Computer Science Department.
The Android-only app available on the Google Play Store allows for crop producers to project fuel cost and use for farming operations based on different acreages, tillage systems, and crop rotations. Users simply select the different crops they intend to plant in a year and the amount of acres allotted to each crop and the field operations that they plan to use in each crop. The app then estimates the fuel cost by year based off of the baseline machine operation costs published annually by the University of Minnesota. Finally, the user can change the estimated fuel cost to simulate cost changes if the fuel prices rise or fall in a given year. For more information, you can find the app at play.google.com or search the Farm Fuel Budget.
Coming up next, we sit down with the Dean of College Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, Dr. Kent Sandstrom, after this week's 7-day forecast.
Watch SU TV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable One Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
Hey, I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm here to tell you about 15 on 15.
It means MapBus arrives every 15 minutes on Route 15, from downtown
to around town. Find out more about 15 on 15 at mapbus.com.
Check it out on Facebook and Twitter, keyword MapBus.
It's so fast and convenient.
There are way more than 15 reasons to check out 15 on 15.
I ride MapBus.
And I ride MapBus.
And you should too.
SU TV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go. We're always there.
Welcome back to SU TV News. As the second semester continues to move forward, many challenges face NDSU from an academic perspective.
SUTV's Adam Kempenik sat down with Dr. Kent Sandstrom, Dean of the Colleges of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, to find out more.
So the legislative session is coming up, and finances are going to be a huge deal for higher education. How does this affect the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences?
Well, I'm assuming you're referring to the governor has put forth his budget, and part of that budget would be a $6 million increase, a proposed $6 million increase to the appropriated funding to NDSU, which would obviously not simply go to my college. It'd be, the president and provost and other key executives in the university have to decide where would that go. But it would certainly affect our college in terms of the ability to hopefully make new hires or pursue new initiatives or strengthen existing programs so that we could have more resources available to do those kinds of things. We're in the position where, and this is true across NDSU, so I'm not trying to whine or complain about our college's situation, but we're in the position where we're serving a lot of students with relatively few faculty.
Do you feel like allocating more money to be for adding more teachers or professors to the college, do you think that would affect the development and progression of the college?
Well, I think it's more complicated than that. I don't mean to dodge your question, but we have to think like what is the best possible bang you're going to get for your buck? So is it just hiring more instructors to teach first-year writing, for example, or oral communication, or would it be to hire faculty who might serve multiple programs or multiple departments? One of the things we've wrestled with as a college is how could we make the best possible use of future resources? So could we in fact hire some people who might be interdisciplinary? So there's some programs we have that are inherently interdisciplinary, like emergency management, which is kind of one of a kind program. But if we hire somebody in emergency management, they might be from a sociology background, they might be from a political science background, an urban planning background. They have a variety of different kinds of backgrounds that could feed them into that discipline. So.
And you mentioned that the departments are growing. So obviously the Department of Music is now the School of Music. What's the best thing about that? How important was it to accomplish that?
That's a great question. Really what it did is it didn't really mark us as doing something that new or different than what we'd done before. It was more recognition of what the Department of Music had already been doing, which was much more like what a School of Music does. So it doesn't just get involved in undergraduate education. It also has doctoral programs like a DME program. So it allows us to be kind of marked as or distinguished as one of the top 65 programs in the country, because there's not that many schools of music. And this really says you've reached that pinnacle, you've reached the level of distinction and recognition that qualifies you to get this rubric put in front of your name.
So it's putting us ahead of the competition, you're saying?
Yeah, in many respects, right. And showing what level we really, not only that we aspire to, but we've already achieved, and getting public recognition for that. So.
I'd like to thank you very much for coming in to interview today also. Then.
It's my pleasure. It's great to talk with you today. So.
Thank you.
Arts, humanities, and social sciences remains NDSU's biggest college.
It's being called one of the biggest private construction projects in the history of the Dakotas. Sanford Medical in Fargo, North Dakota claims to be building tomorrow's healthcare today. SUTV's Nicole Johnson got the scoop on how this large project is affecting Fargo.
Sanford Medical reports their $500 million project is not only on track and on time, but they have altered their plans to be better and less expensive.
Sanford is definitely one of the bigger employers in our area for sure. There are other facilities in the area that are considerably smaller than Sanford, but they also do contribute.
Sanford already has numerous interns from NDSU.
The new Sanford facility will open up more job opportunities for future nursing students.
And there is hope for students even after college.
I think a lot of our students will end up working at Sanford just because of its size.
One nursing student comments on how difficult it is for nurses to find work.
They tell us it's not, and so they say there's a nursing shortage, and we're kind of getting, as seniors, we're getting to that point where we're looking for jobs now.
Many students look to their internships for a permanent job, but Ashley found this to be challenging.
There's a lot of room for growth with Sanford, so there's good job opportunities there, but like I had my internship at the Mayo Clinic, and jobs are a lot slower. So if they're from this area, I really believe that Sanford will probably be one of the biggest employers for our class, but there's always those people that like to go back to where they came from.
And Ashley is discovering.
It depends on where you're looking and the type of nursing you're willing to do.
Nicole Johnson reporting, SU TV News.
Sanford hopes for an economic growth in the Fargo area and even Sioux Falls. They plan to have 1 million square foot facility by 2017.
Coming up next, NDSU attempts to go green with its parking after this week's campus calendar.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Watch SU TV News on Cable One. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable One Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
Hey, I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm here to tell you about 15 on 15.
It means MapBus arrives every 15 minutes on Route 15, from downtown
to around town. Find out more about 15 on 15 at mapbus.com.
Check it out on Facebook and Twitter, keyword MapBus.
It's so fast and convenient.
There are way more than 15 reasons to check out 15 on 15.
I ride MapBus.
And I ride MapBus.
And you should too.
Welcome back. NDSU Student Economic Advisory Council is relaunching a program that recently died out.
The Adopt a Lot program, which is designed to try and keep the parking lots clean and green, is now underway once again. And new president of the SEAC, Blake Philmany, and other members of the organization spent the fall semester working out the guidelines participants must follow. Student organizations around campus who choose to take part are assigned parking lots which they must tend to twice a month, as well as its surrounding area. The program is also available to any group of students or faculty on campus who wish to take part.
A Fargo downtown business is doing its part in contributing to a local nonprofit organization. The Unglued Boutique opened its doors last August. Every other month, Unglued partners with local groups who help inspire the community. Unglued raises upwards of $1,000 in donations each time an event is being hosted. This month, they teamed up with the Plains Art Museum to help raise money so underprivileged children can attend events and camps put on by the museum. This month, the nonprofit group is a special one.
When kids are there, they can experience the gallery and the museum and the different exhibits that are up and then actually make something with their hands and learn a skill. And so to us, because we're arts related and we want to inspire people to be creative, the Plains Art is especially exciting for us to be able to support in that way. So.
The Unglued Boutique is located at 408 Broadway next to Juano's Mexican restaurant.
You see them everywhere, painted bright red like an old British phone booth. And it's one of the most convenient ways to rent a movie. It's called Redbox. With more ways to rent movies than ever, several new industries and ideas have been flourishing in the movie rental business. One specifically is Redbox, which provides a service where customers can go to any Redbox location to rent and return newly released movies.
I think that it's going to be really tough on the movie rental business because nowadays with all the red boxes and with Netflix and all the other like Hulu stuff, they're not going to get their same customers.
Redbox has many movie rental machines spaced throughout the Fargo-Moorhead area and just recently added an online version of the service where you can stream videos online called Redbox Instant.
Winter weather can be extremely harsh on students, and the unforgiving cold front we've seen lately is no exception.
This week for Sidewalk Stampede, we set out to get the chilly information on how to stay warm in this winter weather.
wear a beanie, wear a scarf, wear a sweatshirt with a heavy coat over it, wear 2 pairs of pants with shorts under them.
The best way to stay warm is to join the scarf club. To join the scarf club, all you need to do is wear a scarf.
The best way to stay warm in the winter is to stay inside. I mean, you just crank the heat up, get in under like 7 blankets and 4 coats, and you're good.
Well, see, I'd tell you, but the real best way to stay warm during the winter is to use the secret network of catacombs that we've built, but the tunnels are only wide enough for about 1 or 2 people, so I really can't tell you how to get into them.
It's been exceptionally cold, but it's really that wind that gets you.
Oh yeah. Joining us now is sports anchor Morgan Lubin. Morgan, how do you stay warm?
I like to dress in layers like that one guy said in the video. I mean, to me it helps, keep me the warmest. Speaking of the cold weather, it hasn't affected the Bison women's basketball team. They've been hot as of late. We'll take a look at them and more when we come back with SU TV Sports.
Jitters is your home for quality coffee drinks. Whether you crave an espresso, iced coffee, mocha, or macchiato, Jitters has just what you need. Now featuring breakfast foods like caramel rolls, bagels, and more, be sure to get your day started right. Located on 12th Avenue North, Jitters has a friendly, relaxed atmosphere with Wi-Fi capability to get all of your studying done on time. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Watch SU TV News on Cable 1. Produced by students of Bison Information Network, we promise to bring you all the latest news and sports from the campus of North Dakota State University. Watch SU TV News on Cable 1 Channel 14. Brought to you in part by Stop and Go.
We're Force fans because we love coming to the games. It's very affordable and the whole family enjoys it.
We're Force fans because we enjoy coming to the Forest games. It gives us something to do and look forward to every week.
This is Force Hockey.
Welcome back. The Bison women's basketball team was riding a 2-game win streak with both victories coming on Marina Whittle game winners. NDSU would be in yet another nail-biter as they took on the Leathernecks from Western Illinois. Out to the Bison Sports Arena now, where the Bison would lead 12-5 early, but late in the first, Rebecca Hendrickson passed to Rachel Evans for the easy layup, part of a huge run by the Leathernecks. They were up by 14. At the end of the first half, Sali Kantotaite hits a 3 as time runs out. They'd be up by 16 at the half. Western Illinois shot over 62% in that first half. But to start the second half, the Bison would make a run. Here's a 3 by Marina Whittle that would pull the Bison within 10 with 7 minutes remaining. 1 minute left. Danielle Degane hits Katie Burkle for the easy layup. The Bison cut the deficit to 4 on the next possession. Kantotaite would bank in a 3. She had 30 points in the game to lead all scorers. With the lead cut to 3, Degane is going to inbound to Jamie Van Kirk. She's going to drive baseline, hits the layup, and the Bison cut it to 1 with 4 seconds left. Burkle pass to Degane. She's got a shot, and the senior halfway down but rolls off. The Bison would fall by missing that shot. Bison lose 85-83. Both teams shot over 50% in the game. The Bison are now 3-4 in the Summit League. To the men's side of the ball now, where the men would fall short to Western Illinois, but the Bison only gave up 13 points in the first half against the Leathernecks, which is a season low for this very improved defensive team. A big part of that success is Trayvon Wright. Ryan Nelson has more on the impact he is having.
In his junior season, there is no doubt Trayvon Wright has improved greatly.
Gives to Trayvon Wright, a monster windmill two-hand jam.
But it's not the highlight reel dunks. Wright's defense has played a key factor to the Bison's success this season.
Teller goes flying nearly into the first row of seats, and the fans want a foul on the Bison.
First and foremost, you see his raw, just athletic ability. I mean, he's a freak of nature when it comes to his athletic ability to jump, not only jump, but jump high and jump quick. Those two things are very, very, very underrated in the game of basketball, and that's his ability to change things defensively with those two things.
From Waterloo, Iowa, Wright played with names like Harrison Barnes, which the coaching staff believes overshadowed him.
He goes there, you know, he's a second or third second at best, probably more like the third or fourth option on his AU team. Just never got to see it.
Wright possesses a vertical of over 40 inches and first dunked in the 6th grade, but says blocking shots isn't just about being able to jump.
It's all about placement, honestly. If I'm off on help side or if someone goes, then I can just run over. It's not. It's basically all about placement and helping out the team.
It's a real credit to Trayvon's attentiveness. You know, I mean, his ability to pick things up, learn the scout and scout work, and practice what teams' tendencies are to do.
Wright's blocks per game has increased each season, moving him into 3rd all-time at NDSU, making life difficult for opponents.
I don't know. It just comes natural to me. So I just hopefully they do plan for it, or that they don't. That means more blocks for me, I guess.
Ryan Nelson, SU TV Sports.
Trayvon Wright and the Bison will be back in action this weekend in Brookings against South Dakota State. If NDSU wins, they will retain first place in the Summit League. Well, the Minnesota Twins Caravan made a stop in Fargo Tuesday night on their annual tour. We'll now take a closer look at an exciting night for Twins fans.
Temperatures still below freezing. The hub in Fargo was all about baseball Tuesday night. Current Twins pitchers Scott Diamond and Glenn Perkins, as well as former Twins great Tony Oliva and team president Dave St. Peter were all on hand to sign autographs as well as answer questions. With back-to-back disappointing seasons, Twins fans wanted to know the status of this year's team.
You know, I know Morneau's really healthy. I know Mauer's been working hard too, and I know our lineup's going to be solid. So I think, you know, we're going to surprise some people, especially in the division, and we're not setting our sights for 3rd or 4th. We're still looking for 1st.
With a healthy lineup in place, the Twins pitching staff remains questionable. Minnesota ranked 28th out of 30 in team ERA last season and made some offseason moves hoping to turn that around.
You know, just from solidifying a little bit more with the free agent signings and the trade acquisitions, I think it's going to be a little bit more consistent for us and hopefully a little bit more confident.
While the regular season is still a few months away, the players are already preparing for the upcoming year.
The further into January you get into February, you know what time it is. I've been playing catch for a couple months, so you get that feeling that you're getting close.
Thanks, Morgan. Coming up after the break, Menard Hall gets a big lift towards completion.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech. First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There is also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online. By evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site, it is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
A crane this large is not an everyday sight at North Dakota State University. Finishing touches are in progress in Menard Hall with an estimated spring 2013 finish date. The building has been under construction for 2 years, but Menard was first built in 1902. One of the final additions to this old building is an air conditioner installed well before the summer semester.
Well, thank you for watching this edition of SUTV News.
Be sure to pick up a copy of The Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
Also be sure to check us out on NDSUBin.com. Have a great night.